All right, guys. What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Zero Ends channel. I'm Zero. And as you know, this channel here specifically, we deal with a lot of things, politics, books, and other subjects here that is more suited here on the Zero Ends channel. So for those that's new here, welcome to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please leave comments. Um, Before I begin, I'm going to run audio. Well, it's actually a video, but for some reason I couldn't get it to play. But this young sister kind of lay it out. So let me see if I can find it. And be patient. Matter of fact, it might not be on here. It might be on the other one. I'm going to type it up. Janelle. Let me see if it's still up there because for some reason I have it, but it did not play no audio for some reason. I don't know why that is. You know how most of these streams are, they're very much weird. Okay. All right, let me see if you guys can hear this.
Sunday, I figured I'd get back on here.
And I'm going to do tests.
And, I get my hair done, shave my little sides up, my eyebrows looking a little crazy, but ride with me. The thirst is so real. I don't mean to laugh, but this is just funny. It is hilarious.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna run this and that. I'm gonna go in on certain things about this TikTok thing. So let's do this. Y'all guys get. Matter of fact, I'll run it and I'll show you eventually. Let's go. Let's go.
Y'all are going crazy over an app. For real, an app. And the thing about this particular app is what happens on one app, you could do on another. Okay. TikTok, in and of itself, right? If you look at the platform, the reason why TikTok was banned is because only in the United States did you see the horrors on TikTok. You go to other countries, their kids are not allowed to see what you see. And it's so crazy that the owner of TikTok doesn't even allow his children to be on TikTok. Things that make you go, what happens on one app, you could do on another. Okay. TikTok, in and of itself, right? If you look at the platform, the reason why TikTok was banned is because only in the United States did you see the horrors on TikTok. You go to other countries, their kids are not allowed to see what you see. And it's so crazy that the owner of TikTok doesn't even allow his children to be on TikTok. Things that make you go, The person that created the app, TikTok, won't even allow his own children to be on his app. Why? Nobody stopped to think about that. Now, if you see some of these
All right. All right. All right. There we go. Ooh wee. All right. So it looks like there we go. Ooh wee. Let me run that. Right, so let me play it. Make sure.
behaviors on TikTok, how people behave, some of the hate that happens on TikTok, people destroying other people's lives on TikTok.
All right, guys. So now that's just a little sample to let y'all know and shout out to Miss Smith. Oh, y'all know who this lady is that I'm running. I'll run it. I'll show you the video right now for those that will catch who I am playing. So I give some contents. Oh, if I can find it. I have it here. This is the lady I'm playing. For those that know, and to be clear, honest with TikTok as it stands right now, what you could do on one app, you sure hell could do on the other app. Case in point, y'all familiar with a lot of people got in their feelings, got mad, got angry, whatever. That TikTok was partially, I mean partially because it took a pause, ban for only not even a whole full day. I think it was like over 12 hours. And then miraculously it came back on. Miraculously. Needless to say, for those that don't know, right? TikTok, like many apps out here, is just an app. Now, there are many people, from what I'm hearing, have made a whole lot of money, and those people that, let's be honest, they made squat. At the end of the day, a lot of people, especially young people, that's I would say under the age of 18 and maybe slightly above 18, maybe 20 something, have been putting out content miraculously. And I mean miraculously, like for the last couple of years, roughly in the last 4 years. Because really the app did not really pick up until 2019. So we look at 2019 going on to 2020 during the lockdown of March here in the West. The app started to pick up much more attention. But and let's be honest, it should pick up more attention because most people were at home. But that's not the premise of what I'm trying to lay out here. The thing that bothered me with all this, right, is that, and I had conversation with other friends about this. The quality of content today is totally much watered down and so making people more less cognitive that people that consume short content, mostly content that's under 60 seconds, and regardless what they said that it's more extended out to, it could be longer content from 3 minutes to now it goes at a whopping 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Oh yes, 10 minutes now. You could create content on these platforms, especially TikTok, for extended period of, you could upload a video that is over or close to 10 minutes. Ooh. But needless to say, with this, right? And I mean with this, TikTok has taken over the social media platforms and made people pretty much well to do off. It has established a lot of business, many business, or like I should say. And really, truly, a lot of Americans, black especially, and probably other groups of people, mostly black, we'll keep it on the black side because other groups of people, you know, I can't speak for that because let's be honest, if you're not smart on how you do the social media thing, you're just as screwed like anybody else. That you put all your eggs in one entire basket. How retarded is that? Because how I look at things, and mind you, Zero Ends does have a TikTok. Did I post it on my community tab? I might have. I'm not sure. I miraculously don't really use the app much. Not saying the app is trash. I mean, well, I look at it as weird more than trash because if you're a person that of any age and you're trying to get the best I'll say this: if you're trying to learn and grow and trying to empower yourself and further your information, uh, TikTok is not the platform to be. And I need to say, and I say this respectfully, because short content cannot be learned or regurgitated or understand in under minutes or under a minute. You need minutes, and not only minutes, you need to replay over and over again at a more lengthy time to really get a real understand what is being said, what is being put out. Now, I heard people say they learned to, you know, do cooking stuff and all this other stuff that requires more lengthier time because you cannot just learn anything and just like that and you get it. No, you got to sit there, watch the process. But like I said before, most of these social media platforms like TikTok and stuff are designed today for most people that are Americans, Western people generally, to be more dumber and less more attentive and less more fidgety. And let's be honest, lose self-control. And I'm saying this in clear conscience because, you know, a lot of people don't talk about this. And I'm talking about it now because it needs to be laid out. And I'm going to give solutions when I get through this. And I'm going to give solutions, but I'm going to let her talk more on this. So let's listen to more of this. All right. As I'm trying to find some things. Let's go.
Your algorithm was not beneficial because depending upon what you looked at, it would keep the algorithm, right? And I wonder the minds of creators. because y'all have the ability to create anything. You don't really need TikTok. Whatever it is that you were doing on TikTok, you really could do on your own, right? But the thing is y'all became so, and I mean y'all, and if this doesn't apply to you, then let it fly. Y'all became so dependent for attention. It's a drug. Y'all are addicted, absolutely addicted. Y'all be on TikTok all day, avoiding your children, not paying attention to your children, not realizing that your children are on TikTok, watching what you watching. I always say some people don't care about their kids.
It's more beyond they don't care about their kids. They just don't give a crap of what they do in their own lives, much as the children that they birth. And that's something that we don't really discuss. It's more of the taboo in a lot of communities, you know. And we talking about for the kids, for the kids, for the kids. Man, screw all that. People don't give a F about these children. Children, if I like to say so myself. Um, and because they don't give a crap about their children, I mean, the TikTok as you see today that they consume, it's really personally just for them to leave the parents alone, especially if you're a mother and you're raising children by yourself. Is a best platform to really, you know, to divulge their attention off of you onto that app. Now, let's think about this. I've been listening to other elder people about this. They said that TikTok is not the proponent that causes most of us here in the West to have lacker or less attention span, which I do agree because there are many other platforms, many other social media platforms, and many things we do on a daily basis disrupt our attention span that we do deliberately. I think one of the things we do more deliberately is what we don't do enough is we don't really pick up any form of digital or any physical books to really give conscience to read. And like I said, this video right here is not gonna be very comfortable, but it needs to be said that we are not prioritizing the time management and how we move on a 24-hour, 7-day basis. Now, most people say they do these things to make some money. Okay. But the money piece is how effective are you making your money? Besides what you do with it, because what people do with their money is really a business. But let's be honest. A lot of us today that's either underemployed, overemployed, or wherever, or wherever the situation is, this is just another avenue. And I look at it now as another revenue, if people know how to do it right, of people burning time, which the time could have been done much more effectively. And I hear a lot of dumb content creators personally talking about saying, you know, when people got mad at people on social media and telling other people that only put all their ducks, their eggs in one basket, how they're crying and bitching about the loss of TikTok, and they telling them personally, go get a job, go get a job, go get a job. I'm not knocking them. I'm not offended when people telling people that's crying throughout their own social media, letting the whole world know how they feel, to let people say and tell them, say, stop whining. Stop whining. Which I agree. You should stop. You need to stop whining. Because who told you, the man or woman, or your kids, or anybody that's using social media ineffectively? And I mean it personally. A lot of people that's on here are using it ineffectively. You up here whining and complaining that you might lost a good amount of your revenue that you might not never see again. Like literally, will not see again. I say this should be a learning lesson to a lot of people that are going to play the social media game. and try to make money, that there are rules to this shit. So I'm gonna let her talk more, and I'm gonna pull up an article because I said enough on my end. Let's listen to more about this.
Y'all don't care about children. Y'all really don't. Because you allowed an
Okay.
app to take you away from your family. Think about it. Think about the hours and hours of scrolling and reels and things of that nature. But then you ask yourself why your life is the way that it is, right? Everything is energy. What are you taking in when you watching on TikTok, right? How has TikTok developed you? Let's ask these questions, right? Not just for attention. What have you learned developmentally from TikTok? Did it make you a better person? Because a lot of y'all are mean girls and mean guys these days, okay? So now with that, right, where's the positivity? Now I'm not saying there wasn't positivity on that app, but there was more destruction on that app than it was positivity. Now, yes, people should have a voice, people should be heard, right? But you have people on TikTok that was telling other people to get rid of their male children, right? You had some of those of the LGBTQ plus community.
Wait, wait, wait. Ooh, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. What? Now, mind you, people, I've heard about this. You might heard of the content creator, or maybe many more content creators talk about, getting rid of children off the unborn fetuses. That was actually the more popular one. With you. That's been going around for some time, and then that was put on a overhaul with the help of Miss Ann. Thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you. Well, other than that, yeah. Hold on, hold on. So but let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, where am I? All right.
Saying, oh, we're better than you, causing dysfunction, right? Causing distractions. And y'all gave in and fed that. So now women are complaining about the trans movement. And trans women, but y'all are actually giving them play in the platform. You're promoting this, and then you will share it. And every time you shared something, right, you got to think about this, right? Every time you shared a negative reel, you gave it more and more power, more and more life. You think about that though. You thought by sharing it, right, it was to point it out, but then people go viral off of those things, right? Right. So now y'all bending over backwards, crying, acting like your life is over because TikTok, you can't get on TikTok. Are you kidding me? You need to stop and do some self introspection. That's what needs to happen. Self awareness. That's what needs to happen because you put your life onto an app and you put your whole life on the app. Some people put their entire lives on TikTok. What happened to being personal? What happened to privacy? What happened to that? Everything everybody does not need to know. We don't need to know what you do in your sex life. We don't need to know what goes behind closed doors. We don't need to know that. Right? And then some of y'all will use this app for negative. You want to talk about people and bully people and make fun of people. Then you have people out here harming themselves, committing suicide behind some of these posts. When did we become so detached? When did we become so insensitive as people in general? It's like a war was happening and y'all didn't even see it. So now that they take it away, y'all are angry. Oh, because you're not gonna have the amount of viewers or content. If you're a content creator, you should be able to create your content anywhere on any platform, as I stated earlier, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform, you should be able to. And the one thing about being a creator is adaptability, being able to adapt.
There you go. And I think she said enough. Respect to the lady. Let you know. I appreciate it. I could keep going on, guys, but I think she made her point, and I will have to wholly agree. And I've been harping on this for years now since I'm the Zero Ends channel right now. How old Zero Ends? I think it's now 3 years old. I believe it's 3 years old, maybe 4. I forgot. But the message I've been saying personally, your content, if your content and you're a fairly decent or even good content creator, you should be able to expand what you do not only on one platform but many. But from what I'm hearing from a lot of content creators, they said, and this is what I'm hearing, those that are new to this or been doing this for longer than me, the excuse is that they more comfortable staying on a more bigger platform because this is where people are at and they have a better reach. I call bullshit. And the reason why I said because you're on platforms that are one, unstable, two, can be turned off on a given notice, and three, your income should not be locked in or how you feed yourself on one platform. So I need to say this that you put yourself in a trick bag when you only are comfortable on one platform and don't try to divest onto other platforms. And I use divest very loosely. All right. Let me see. So me saying this should be a lesson learned for those that are going to be future content creators. But you know, you gotta learn how to wait. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up our President Trump and what was laid out about, the banning. And let me see how this is. Let me make sure there's no commercials on this stupid thing because there's oh, there's a lot of commercials. Yeah. Let's look at these articles. Well, actually, we're gonna look at one article. I don't have time to look for every little article. So now let's see what I'm gonna do. Let me scroll up to the beginning. Because it needs to be looked at. And it's not pretty old. There probably might be some new dates, but we're going to go to this article we found from USA Today. Share screen. If I can find it. All right. And let me look, see, make sure my other end looks good. Oh, well, you guys got to look at the best you can. Let me make this bigger. It's going to look weird on other devices, but oh well. And the man got a lot of executive orders to sign. This is like crazy. He got a lot of paperwork. All right. Donald Trump issued executive order to halt TikTok ban, but is it legal? Should be the question. As one of his first moves following his inauguration, President Donald Trump issues an executive order Monday aiming to halt enforcement of a ban on TikTok and the U.S. for 75 days. Now, a lot of people said Trump was the one that orchestrated this, but I would say I don't think it's him personally, but I could be wrong. But, overall, what do I know? Most people, they're in love with Trump. Okay. And as one of the first moves following his inauguration, I read that. The order comes after TikTok abruptly shut down in the U.S. over the weekend, only to say it was working to restore service based on assurance from Trump. Service was swiftly restored to the popular short form video app Sunday. Short form, see? Like I told you, attention span. Short form video app Sunday. Although Apple and Google hasn't returned it to their app stores for download. Really? Let me double check. That's a good question. This is back. This is yesterday's article. Let me double check. See if it's on the app store. Prove that theory. TikTok. Let's look at TikTok. Oh, oh. Oh God. All right. Yep. So it seemed to me that they're not really safe yet because not back to down. You can't download this app. So for those that got the app already, you're lucky. I did not really download the app personally, so I'm not really worried about it. Only you're gonna watch TikTok is for your computer. Let's keep going. And okay. I intend to consult with my advisors, including the head of relevance departments and agencies, on the national security concern posting by TikTok and to pursue a resolution that protects national security while saving a platform using by 170 million Americans, Trump said in the executive order. My administration must also review sensitive intelligence relating to those concerned and evaluate the sufficiency of mitigation measures of TikTok has taken to date, he said. Now, how the TikTok ban works, why not comply is risky even if Trump wants to help. Trump posts on Truth Social Sunday that he would issue the order on his first day as a second-term president so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liabilities of any company that helps keep TikTok from going dark before my order, Trump's promise. The law Trump is seeking to halt requires a TikTok parent company, ByteDance, to sell American TikTok assets by Sunday for the app to keep operating in the United States. Congress passed it with overwhelming bipartisan support out of concerns that TikTok ownership structures ByteDance is a Chinese company could enable the Chinese government to get American personal information and manipulate information of the American gets. Now, let's be clear here. The word manipulation, right? Right? That was their concern. And let's be real. Data is gold. It is the form of currency most business corporations need to know what to sell to you throughout the digital space, what is called the internet. For those that don't know, I hope y'all know about it. I hope y'all aware of that. Right. Okay. So going now, Trump currently to help the app mark a reversal during his first presidential term. He issued an executive order seeking to ban TikTok based on the national security concern. The move didn't take effect because it was blocked in court. Now he did want to ban it when he was president, but at the time the courts didn't want to go through with it. But needless to say, months of 2024, months ago, they went through and by unanimous decision decided to say, yeah, we're going to ban it. For those that don't know. What does the executive order say? And the executive order instruct the attorney general not to take action to enforce the ban for 75 days to give the new administration an opportunity to determine the appropriate course of action with respect to TikTok. Trump also claims in the order that any attempt by U.S. states or private parties to enforce the law will be encroaching of the power of the presidency. So they say. The Attorney General shall exercise all available authorities to preserve and defend the executive exclusive authorities to enforce the act of Trump sworn. Does Trump have the power to halt the TikTok ban? That's the question that has been laid on the table for those that don't know. Whether Trump executive order can truly temporarily halt the law isn't clear. The law works by imposing a 5,000 fine on companies for each user who access TikTok through their service. That includes companies like Apple, Google that provide platforms to download and update apps. Oh, really? Like Oracle. Hold on, let me do the math here, guys. Let me stop sharing for a second. A fine. So yeah, let me do the calculation because that sounds stiff. All right, calculator. Let's say there's a fine of 5,000, right? And we have times, let's say a billion users, because that's the benchmark. Now, if I'll be nice, I'll say 5 million users. I'm not gonna do that. Every time there's 5 million, or either new 5 million users or existing users, and the app has a billion users, but we're gonna go with 5 million. Let's see how much that is gonna cost us. Ooh, damn. Let me make sure my. Oh my God, y'all guys, I can believe this. A fine like this to the App Store is detrimental. You're looking at roughly 25 billion. Every user, and let's say that's just only with 5 million people downloading or re-updating the app. If the app had that many people, that's in the billions. So imagine, I can even go through because it's going to mess up my calculator. So I'm not going to count any bigger than that. I just use 5 million just to see what numbers will appear. That's a lot. So let's keep going. Let me keep sharing let me share the screen. Hold on, guys. Let me share the screen because I want y'all to see. Wait. Yeah, all right. So let me keep sharing it to wrap this up, and I'm gonna give some solutions to this, guys. Because there's always a way out for every situation. For those that don't know. All right. All right. The law doesn't allow a president to extend the deadline for TikTok sales by 90 days. If the president certified there has been progressive towards a quality sale, but TikTok hasn't indicated it is moving in that direction, it will like the United States to have 50% ownership position in a joint venture. Trump wrote in his Truth Social post, by doing this, we say TikTok keep it in good hands and allow it to say psych up. Republican Senate Tom Cotton of Arkansas and Pete Ricketts, a Nebraskan, in a joint statement Sunday appeared to dispute that Trump had the power to halt the law, which was passed by Congress and is signed by President Joe Biden in April through an executive order. Now that the law has taken effect, there are no legal basis for any kind of extension of its effective dates. Cotton Rockins said, for TikTok to come back online in the future, ByteDance must agree to sell that satisfy the law qualifies divestitures requirements by severing all ties between TikTok and the communist China. Cotton also posted on Sunday that the company that violates the law to help TikTok run in the U.S. could face hundreds of billions of dollars of ruinous liabilities under the law, not just from DOJ, but also under security laws, shareholders, lawsuits, and states AGS. Think about it, he added. Alan Rosenstein, a University of Minnesota law professor, previously told U.S. Today that a company could argue in court it should be forced to pay up for helping TikTok operate in the United States after the ban went into place if it relies on promises from Trump not to enforce the law. However, it's not clear how that argument would fare in court. The law authorities and U.S. Attorney General to sue companies to enact the $5,000 fine for violation of the law over the previous 5 years. The question is, if your Apple does that give you enough comfort? And I just have no idea what the answer is, Rosin said. That's it. That is it. It's a good article. I might have to create some part of Discord for y'all to get that article. So now the solutions. Because there's always a way out for every situation. And there's always a way out. And to be more fitting, I should do this earlier, but I didn't. Make sure you guys leave a comment and like this video if you do come across it. Where is it? Okay. All right, so let me do this. For those that don't see. The solutions. One, you must take the actual true pill. You see this little weird little red dye pill here. You must come to realization the truth of what's going into the TikTok. You must be astute and very much aware. And I mean aware, and let me stop this. Of what's really going on here. Now, for those people that don't know, TikTok, like many apps, have to follow rules, guidelines, all that nonsense. I mean nonsense. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to start finding a new store. Now, one of the solutions I could give, since I'm on here and I'm looking at the app now, is Fanbase. For people that don't know what Fanbase is, I'll post it. But it's an app run by a brother and some other people that have the same qualities, still in this early stage, and some people have made money. For those that don't know, he has designed a way where you are the content creator are even more in control of your content. For those that know, that means his app has what we call, and it's designed with many stages. It has where you can do short content just like TikTok, and it also you can create rooms to have audio conversations, and I think it also has video conversation as well. And if it doesn't, eventually it's going to have it eventually, because one of the few things it has is the audio conversation, like the back rooms where you can have conversations like the clubhouse type scenery, and you can also do your upload videos and shorts and promote your other social media platforms. So Fanbase is something that most people should look into. So that is something you could look into. Another thing, y'all guys got to start understanding business and business concepts. And the reason why I'm have to stress this, because the business aspect of what you're doing, if you're trying to make money on social media, is never going to go away. You're going to have to understand business. Social media today, as we see it, is a business. A good business, if you know how to use it properly. But let's be honest. Most people that's on here don't know how to use business, don't understand business, and refuse to learn business. Like literally refuse to learn, right? So I needed to say that you might have to start pick up some small little books. I would say the best thing to do is understand um how to grow. But I think that the books may Think and Grow Rich, and I'm only named some I have not completely read, but you're going to have to start using the internet to your advantage. Matter of fact, another thing I would say, an important thing that's very important, you must network. You must learn how to network. You must learn how to have conversation with other people that either like mine or not like mine on the internet and make connections, because who you know could guide you and give you direction to go from this point A, and potentially jump to point C. So you're gonna have to network effectively. That means you're gonna have to stop being antisocial. It means you're gonna have to stop, you know, just adding people just to like pitch. No, you're gonna have look what they do in their profile pictures. Examine the person that you're friends with or the ones that you're trying to be friends with on social media. Because that person can help you push you forward to where you want to go if you're going to do the social media route. Networking is the essential to any further growth or protection or survival of yourself or anybody that's around you. Most people that when they fail or they collapse or they, you know, go out of business or they're in some type of deep hole is because they don't know someone to really call and make the phone call to help them in dire needs. So the only way you're gonna fix that is you gotta network with those people, and that means you gotta go out there and have conversations. Rather you're out there in the world or you're out there in the digital world, just connect. Use it properly. Stop using social media as a fun thing where you could just laugh, giggle, dance, and share pictures and like chicks that have good bodies. So, and what other thing I do want to say? Oh yeah, the business side. I'm sorry. Understand business. I got to go back to that. Like I said, there are some books. There's some digital books. You're gonna have to probably do a little small searching of getting understand of the basic side of business. You're not gonna learn everything, but just understand the basic side of business, especially social media, how it should work, how to utilize it. And there are books on how to grow and use social media to your benefit. I would highly advise people start doing that. Start exercise that option, because it doesn't make sense that you, a person, a woman or a man, and you have kids or anybody at a certain age that's on here having fun and you making some money, make it a business and use it properly. A lot of small businesses that fail today, and I'm going to say this and it's going to sound effed up, most of your small businesses that come and go is because they were not sustainable from the start. Once you start making some money, if you're making money on social media, you should be capitalizing to reinvest it into how you could grow your business. And I find that a lot of business today that said they were going to be out of jobs, I could tell right there that a lot of them don't know how to scale what they're doing. That show right there that you are ignorant and don't want to educate yourself properly or know someone to guide you to how to scale properly. And the way you're going to prevent anything of any collapse of any small business you establish on social media that help prepare your small business, you're going to have to learn how to scale properly. And that means you're going to have to diversify your portfolio on social media, which a lot of people do not do. They are scared to do it. Some people are too comfortable. They say it's too much work. No, it's not. It's a lot of work when you're trying to stay in business. Why do you think most people that business that eventually got successful doing it? Because they put in the time, effort, and made the great sacrifice. Said, every time I'm on here, I am going to do what's necessary. That means if I had to take my $1 and make $2, I'm going to take that little small cents and put it back in my business and try to either educate myself more or try to put in more to add more onto my business. It's one or the other. So if you're the content creator that's using this to prepare your small business, which I question the small business that are established on social media, but that's not a story. But to find that if it's gone, that your business is gonna be gone, that tells me you got a small business that's not scalable, in my opinion. I think the business you're in was never scalable. And you were there just to make a little money, and that's my conclusion. Why a lot of people that are Americans that got mad when TikTok went black, the first thing they were crying about is that they're gonna lose their business. That means your business was never sustainable from the start, and that means that should be a wake up call. And that means you need some work to do. You got work to do. So that's all I'm gonna lay out. Those are the 4 key points or 4 key ways of solutions in regards how to survive any social media collapse like a TikTok. Which, let's be honest, it will be bought by an American owned very soon. That's 75 days. I look at in less than 30 days at best. Because they gave ByteDance China almost 6 months. Let that sink in. They gave these people 6 months and they didn't make an inch to sell it to American brand. That tells you that they were going to fight this to the end and dare Americans to put their app on silence. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you again for attending this stream or this video today. Zero Ends is back. There might be some other content down the line. Not sure what we're gonna do on here in this channel, but we're gonna make it work the way it needs to work. You feel me? So well, like I said, what's your thoughts? Leave a comment, like, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you catch a replay of this. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys for thank you for the time for listening to today's stream. Until next time, take care.